So today we're going to be redesigning the Gleaner app. Over the years, me use the Gleaner a lot. Remember even back in the day. So we just want to get it a fresh redesign. Alright, so the first thing we have to do is go to Xcode here. And then I'm going to hit create new project. And make sure you're on iOS. So click this here. And then click app right here. Then hit next. And since we are redesigning the Gleaner app, let's just call it Gleaner redesign. All right, and then hit next. And I'll open the repo, then hit create. And since we're gonna use Claude AI for making this app, we don't really need to worry about the code portion or nothing like that. All I'm wanting to do is go over to the AI section. So hit this, all right? And you can see we'll use the Claude AI agent for this. So we can hide the canvas for now. So go over here, so hit canvas. And then go over here. All right, and since we're not worried about the code, just drag this over some more. So now we're just gonna basically talk to Claude and kind of tell it what we want it to do. So with the Gleaner app, the one thing we notice is that it now uses the liquid glass design for iOS 26. So we're gonna make sure it specifies so we want to use the liquid glass design. So I'll start by typing that the first prompt. So create a news app like the Jamaica Gleaner, where the UI looks good. I remember UI just means user interface, like how the app looks good, right? And then I'm gonna shift and enter to go to the new next line. And then I'm gonna kind of tell it the tabs and more. So in the main Gleaner app, it's like a bunch of tabs. It's like so many things. And that's because the news is a whole heap of things that happen at the same time. But what I'm gonna do is kind of like break them down. So we want tab. So tab, I like the bottom thing there. A tab for news, right? Entertainment. So that's gonna be like all the entertainment news, sports, and world news. So we're just gonna break down all of the Gleaner news information in them 4 tabs here, right? And we're gonna just make it look a little bit more with the liquid glass design. So I'm gonna hit enter for now, right? And we're gonna make Claude kind of do its thing and kind of build out the app here. So this is the first thing it says. It's thinking, so it kind of like made the process. So it says the user wants to create a news app similar to the Jamaica Gleaner with a good-looking UI. They want tabs for news, entertainment, sports, and world news. Let me first check the memory. So it's gonna start build it out for it. So let's just give it some time and see what it come up with. All right, so it looks like it's starting to write most of the code now and start building out, the app we need. So even over here, you can see like the code will get right. But as I said, not really worry about the code right now. Just, talk to the AI and tell it what we need. So it gave us a summary of what it's made so far. So it said no issues. Here's what was built. It make an article, some of the old articles, shared views. You can pause this and look on it. So and look on the summary. But I'm really excited to see what this will look like. So let's just hit run. I'm sure we'll have to go make some changes. Alright, so this is what it gives right off the bat for the new Gleaner app. So the data we will see here is not real. It's not real news information. It just gives like some play data for just kind of build the app. But honestly, I like this. So right off the bat, you get the main news where I say something about Prime Minister Holness. This is a trending thing. Then you can scroll down. You can see the latest stuff. So I like this. Tell me what you think in the comments. And like, I'm gonna put the old Gleaner app like somewhere here on the screen, and you can just look on this and just compare. Yeah. Let's try and click on some stuff. So when we click on it, we'll see a nice little thing. We'll find out like a summary. We have the information. We have the person who write the article. I like this. You can share it. It didn't look like it added in the share functionality, but we can add that later. The author, you can click on that. You can find out how long the read is. I like this. The one thing I'm gonna change though, I don't want to show the tab bar, like the bottom, but the tab bar, yeah, whenever we click on somewhere. Like whenever I look on the details screen, I don't want to see it. Or at least that's my favor. Tell me what you think. Let's try and click on the trending now. So kind of the same type. So any of them you click on, you kind of go over this and see it. Same thing for this. Cool, cool. All right. So let me just take a quick breeze through the other one. The entertainment screen looked too similar to the news screen, so we can talk about that. Sports, same. World. All right. So I like the design, but would I love if each tab a little bit different. So we'll go work on that. But make we do one by one, so we not get confused. Let's do a search too. Searching rather than nothing yet, so we'll add that in. All right. So the first thing I'm gonna say is, whenever we click on any of them, I will go to the details screen. So this is the details screen, the screen where you click on some and then you go there for some more detail, more information. I don't want to show the tab bar here. So let's just go to Xcode. Well, I'll say when I tap on a card in the news tab, I'm going to do it for anyone in the news. I'll say in the news tab, and I see the detail screen, right? I don't want to see the tab bar in the detail screen. All right, so let's just hit enter and let's make it add that fix. That should be a really small fix. It should just be adding one modifier. So let's see. All right, so it added this modifier. So that's one of the changes we add. We're gonna modify. All right, so it's done. So I will stop and I will run again. And then this will just open with simulator right here. And now if we click on any of them, you notice we don't see the tab bar here anymore. I'm gonna like that because then you can kind of just, scroll and read and see what's going on. Now the one thing though, I don't like say you can't share it. So I got tell it to fix the functionality. And before we do that though, anything else we want to make it? Oh yeah, we want to make it that you can click on the search bar and it actually search too. So two things. Search bar, I want to be able to share with news articles. So we can go to Xcode again, you can stop it. And then you'll set the first one. When I click the share button in the details screen, nothing happens, right? That's what happened. And then I also want to be able to click the search button and be able to search based on news in the news tab. So hit enter and let's just see what it does. But tell me in the comments, people, what do you think? You feel like the AI do a good job? Or you feel like we should just code this from scratch? Maybe the next one, in the next video, will show you how coding it from scratch versus using an AI will be like. All right, so it's made the changes. Let's see what it'll look like. Again, pause and you can look for the summary, people. So I'll hit play, I'll run. All right, so we'll ask to make it that this will work. So when we hit search, we'll see something else, but let's start searching wholeness. Okay, so we'll find that. And we can find that. So can we click on it and it work though? Nice, good job. So that'll work, the search will work. Now let's check if the sharing functionality will work. So if we click on this, nice. Well, I say like, this is like how you just share it. I'm known to do something like this before. So for now, right now, there's more we could even do in this tab, in the news tab, but we feel like we're there one good place right now. So let's go over to entertainment tab. So I'm gonna go over to entertainment tab. The first thing I'm noticing is that this looks exactly the same, right? It looks very close to the news tab. Look on it, right? It looks basically the same thing. So we're gonna tell the AI for one change this so that like the entertainment tab have its own unique UI design, UI UX. All right. So UX means user experience, like how the app flow and thing. So let's go here. Also, one thing when we just realize the Gleaner not really use like a red. It usually use like a blue. So I'll tell it, so you'll change like the accent color to blue. All right. So two things. So go back to Xcode, stop this. I'm saying dash. So this is the first one. The Gleaner usually, or actually uses a blue color for accent colors. So do the same in the app, right? So I'll go with a blue. The next thing is the entertainment tab is too similar to the news tab. All right, it's way too similar. Give it its own unique design with a great UI, user interface, and UX, and also include animations, right? So two things. Well, I'll switch to using more blue for like the accent colors, and then one entertainment tab have a more unique design. It look too close to the news one. I should be able to tell the difference once I'm in at each tab. Tell me what you think. I feel like I'm gonna prefer that. And that's what I usually say most designers do. Whenever they know. Alright, so now to start write up the design. I'll make some updates to the code. So now it's updating the colors, all of that. Okay. Alright, so now I'm gonna give it a summary for all the changes we make. Alright, and I think we're good. If you want, again, pause it, check it out. I am gonna run this. And let's see what it do. So we should be having a blue like color throughout. Nice, this is the blue. And the entertainment tab should look different. So I did go with a different design. Tell me what you think. So you could go with music. Okay, you can switch between different categories. Film. Oops. Go back. Accidentally press that. Film. TV. Celebrity. Alright. And the thing is, it would be good if we actually had images. But the thing is, as I said, we just like temporarily just make up some data for Git. So them news articles in a real. But what we could do if we had access to is work with the Gleaner database and get their data and show it in the app. So Gleaner, if we don't want to make that link there, make that link there, and update to app something. Alright. So let's click on this. Okay. So I will make this tab slide because I kind of like this. I just feel like we just need more images. If these were like real images or so, it would have popped a little more. Yeah, I do like this. So what we want to do though, I feel like the detail screen too should also be different for entertainment. If you still feel like it looks too similar to how the detail screens over here in news looks over here. So let's just tell it to change that too. Alright, so let's go back to Xcode. And I'll just say, literally we'll just say, the detail screen, in the entertainment tab should have its own unique design with a great UI UX, and animations too. So hit enter. So let's see what it do. While it works on that, I'm curious if the other detailed screen them are gonna have the same UI. Probably. So we've been looking on entertainment, right? Let's look on sports. right? I think sports have the same design as, yeah, it have the same design as news. So I make it have maybe a different design and it have the same detail screen. So what we can do then is the world the same, world is the same. All right. So instead of I do it one by one, we'll just tell it right from the jump. Each tab, right, should have its own unique design, and the detail screen should also have its own unique design. Each tab should have its own unique design with great UI, UX. Also, each detail screen should also have its own unique design. Yeah, we already a great deal. So let's just hit enter. So now we're gonna have every tab have its own unique design, so we don't have to go one by one anymore. Cause we already say, yo, writing on the AI just make all of them look the same. And this is a reason why you should work with AI. You know what I mean? Work with it to try and make things better. Not just make the AI just do everything, you know? So yeah, work with it iteratively and just be like, all right, changes, work with it. All right, so even Claude I say, yo, this is a big work. All right, so to write up everything. So you just update all of the details screen them. So if you pause and look, you'll see that those are the ones that's updated. And next what you're gonna do is update every tab. So if you want to see the actual code though, you can click on each of them here. So you see, now we are in the sports detail view. But this is the code. If you don't know Swift or you don't know programming, no worry about it. Just drag this over. I'm just want to show you so to write the code. I still code I get written, I just that the AI write it. But I just try and work and fix it. And now I give you a summary right here. So again, pause and check it out. Me, I gotta run this, come on to this. So hit play here. And let's see what we get. So every detail screen should be unique now. So we expect that tab here to be fine. We'll click this. You notice the detail screen look a little different here. Yeah, so this look good. All right. Now, if we go over to entertainment, that tab will look different, but with the work on that one, yeah? But that's fine. Now look on the detail screen, and it does look slightly different. Okay. I don't really mind though. This is kind of okay. Now if we go over to sports, the sports tab should look different. The sports tab look really similar to the entertainment tab to me. Some slight difference, like it have like up here, so like if there's like a live match about to play. But I feel like this look a little similar to the entertainment tab. But not horrible, you know what I mean? We could have keep on a work on that. And maybe if you don't have ideas, just tell me in the comments what you want to suggest. Now when we look on the detail screen, so I'll click on this. And this does look a bit different. It's subtle, but it's enough for me to know like, yo, this is a little bit different. I don't mind this. We know who the sport, the cricketer, the reporter, all of that. Yeah, I don't really mind this. Tell me what you think. I kind of like the design here. Cause I don't want it too off, but still I feel like sports and entertainment a little bit close. But I'm okay if you make that slide. Now let's look on the world tab. The world tab definitely look different. This is like a whole different thing. So I'm like that cause now you come out of yard things and now you look on like more a global thing. So I like how different this is. So I'm cool with this. Let's look at the detail screen. Look, so I click on one of them. And this looks okay, but I feel like we could still change up the world. Cause it's like a world, it'll look too similar to the other detail screen. So let's make it that the detail screen for the world tab look a little bit different. But I like this. So the first main tab them, I like everything. except the detail screen for the world tab. So let's have it fix that. Let's check the share button, make sure it'll work. Yes, it will. Cool. So go back to Xcode and we can just stop this. And then I'll say the world tabs detail screen looks too similar to another detail screen. Not even specified. Make it more unique than the other detail screens. Since, yeah, just like this. I hit enter. Well, let's see what it does. So we're only changing one detail screen now. So we'll see. Alright, so it's down in the updates for the world detail view. And it looked like it done. So let's check it out. Hit run here. And this will push away. And then we'll go over to world here. And let's just click any of these. It is a bit different. It's not too far off. You can kind of tell. It's not too bad. Let me know in the comments what you think. I kind of prefer, it's like a subtle difference, but it's enough for me to be like, yeah, I'm in a different section of the tab. This is more global related. So I'm cool with this. Now, one other thing that I would love for change too is, so we have this bell thing. You see it right here. I think it's in every tab. But if I click on it, it doesn't do anything. So usually what a bell is for is for like notifications, for allow notifications. So what we can do is make it that whenever a user is, say, on the news tab, if they want to get notifications about the latest news, as long as them have notifications turned on, then they would get like a push notification and say, yo, this is the latest thing happening in Kingston. Or if them turn it on for entertainment, this is the latest thing happening in entertainment. Sports, same thing, right? So what we can do is just go here. And then we're going to say, for the bell in each tab, make it that the user can click on it to get push notifications for based on based on that tab selected, right? All right, so hit enter. User wants to implement push notification registration per tab. Yeah, I know it's thinking, and it's gonna start making these updates. All right, so it'll write up everything we will need. All right, to update it for each of them. Remember, we set each tab to be able to turn on notifications for. Okay, so it'll check everything. Now it find some issues. If you go over here, so you see it find issues. We're not gonna just left them, it's gonna start work on them. And that's what it's doing further down here. So figure out what to fix. It said the fix is simple, just change up that. Okay, so just build the project and check to make sure so everything will work and say all clear. So now we can do the honors and run it. So hit play or run button. And now if we click the bell, right, let's see. So you see, we get this alert. We're basically saying, do you want to enable push notifications? Would you like to allow send notifications? I'm sure I understood this before. For now, I'm gonna just hit allow. Right? And tell you notifications are on, blah blah blah. The one thing though, you know what I'd like is like if I click on it, instead of immediately happy agree, would I prefer if like say I click on it and then show me like a sheet that explain say yo you gotta enable notifications. Cause everybody just look on the belly and know that. Cause you have to remember yo, a whole heap of people use the Gleaner. You have older users and you have younger users. So I'm gonna tell it, well we'll click on it, show you a sheet that explain what will happen. So let's stop this. I'm gonna say nice, but make it that when the user clicks on the bell, they see a sheet explaining what this will do by turning on notification, what this will do. And if they agree, then allow them to actually turn on notifications. Right? So hit enter. So let's see what it says. Alright, so I'll do everything, now to test it, check and make sure everything works. Alright, so yeah, everything is clean. So let's hit play. Alright, so now if we click this, you see we get a sheet. We kind of explain what this is for. So it said get breaking news alert the moment stories happen, breaking news as it happens, etc. Now we already approve it, that's why it's not gonna show us the alert. Alright, so that looks good. So now we'll get at least a sheet so the user knows what notifications are about to be on. So I really like how this is looking, but one thing we have to have, and is a requirement for Apple, you need a place where you can basically show your terms and conditions and your privacy policy. So the best place I'm thinking to add that is a settings. So we'll add a new tab called settings, and basically we're gonna make sure that it have like a temporary terms and conditions and a temporary privacy policy. If Gleaner really want to work with it though, we could have definitely work with them and build this out properly. But we just want to do like a little fake one for now, just to just test this out. And then, you know, add in some more functionality there. So let's do that. Let's stop. I'm going to say add a settings tab. Add a settings tab that will have information about the app, like privacy policy, terms and conditions, about section. All right, and because remember this is just us just a play around with this, a fake redesign. So I'll just say use fake or mock info for now. All right. All right, so build it. I need to say it succeed. So let's run this and let's see what happens. Let's see how it look. So now we have this setting tab right here, right? So we could hit settings, and now we'll get like, you know, some quick info about the Gleaner. So you get the about section. As I said, this is just pretty much just Claude writing this up based on some information it found online. It created our teams, and this is just based on information it found online. And these are just great to have, just some extra detail for the user to have. There's a contacting, you can follow up and contact the person. If we had more time, I'd make it that you can click on this and basically click to actually call. We might just not that, we'll do that in the next video because I have a couple things planned for this. I look up basic privacy policy and terms and conditions as a requirement needed by Apple. So right now, big people, we're basically just build a nice redesign of the Gleaner app with like modern tools. So right now, as I said, it's using liquid glass. Compared to the current one that isn't using liquid glass, still a great app, but just feel like we could add more updates because I've been using the Gleaner for years from the yard. So yeah, definitely love. So if you want to work with me. I make we build this out some more. Just link me. But yeah, way more work. Big up, all respect to the Gleaner. In the next video, I'm going to show you how we can add something called live activities. We'll make it that when the screen lock, like say, if the screen lock and you're depending like a lock screen right yourself, you can still see different news reports if the user allowed. So that is some way you might see Uber do. Like, when you lock the phone, you can still see like your status or whether the rider there. We can basically add that in, and that's called a live activity. But yeah, if you like this, stick around for more vids. Like, comment, share. You're there with the nerdy Audi, and we'll keep on build up more apps and redesign more things. Remember this, anyone can learn anything with time, practice, and failures. All right, I'm out.